Okay.
And so, welcome to the first match of the Ruby Cup, where we have Trat, Cat, That Scar, Hex, Clippy, Peasant, Silver Citadel, or AG, Silper, and I think I got everyone competing against each other on this Mars map.
Yeah, this map is very generous near the colony, but after that, then it gets a bit funky. And I mean, you can still find places. We have expensive robot scientist and nomad, so nomad will do pretty happy in the center over there. But and then after that, I don't know.
Nomad is going to be a bit painful because of the 200 starting
Oh
electronics.
yeah, about that too, huh?
That might hurt Robot too. Um, there's high water, but not high other food. I mean, this is a little bit of a I don't know quite where to go with this one,
Yeah.
but
So
I'm
we have our first find, Severe Force to top left. Pretty typical. I think I would go for robot and go for power in this case because powers are a high power colony with lots of people using power. Uh,
that also is there. I mean, we see Kat who has claimed a geotherm with one of her early claims.
yeah. I think
How
she
many
will.
geotherms are on there on this map? Is that the only one?
I doubt it is a huge map. But it could very well be the only one. No, we have 7 or 8.
Okay.
I'm lagging quite a bit. So maybe you should hold the next one, man. Copies.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm lagging quite a bit.
So okay, if that's the case, we'll switch off next time.
Yeah.
Um, But Cat is doing something very interesting, also going for water. Looks like that Scar is doing the power robot with silicon.
I think that's a very good choice. Cat gave up on the geothermal, even though it start with half steel. It's just too hard to put up, I guess. Very laggy. Yeah.
Mhm. Also, with the black market, with both dynamite and power
Do you
surges on
guys
the
want a
market.
rehost? Let's see, because everyone is complaining it's very laggy. So let's just double
Yeah.
check. Let me pause my own stream. I mean, I pause my cast. No, watching my own self. That might help a bit. We can deal with it. Okay.
Yeah, it
We
looks to be a bit better.
many copies will host this game. Okay, so we have an expensive Trat going for power. Power is still going up, surprisingly. Trat is not making steel. He is taking carbon, because carbon started high and going for wind turbine. We have Silver Citadel going for water and having some really far iron and aluminum. Interesting.
I
Probably.
mean, it could work. Um, Ooh, someone dropped magnetic storms. Very good, especially on a very crowded map.
Yeah, it got.
Magnetic storms come at 2 for 1, so they are very efficient.
Hmm? Severe is going for a very typical scientist supply. I think he's doing fine. Uh,
Yeah, that's he got the first found, so he got a more traditional found. Power is under control because a lot of people saw it and targeted it, so he might benefit from that. Just power being taken care of by other people.
yeah, and also right because a lot of steel players are still skipping steel, so he might benefit from that. We see a boost going on, but will anyone punish him or punish? We have 2 boosts
Yeah.
going on. Seems like nobody feels like punishing them.
Oh, and it looks like that Scar has stolen the iron from right by Cat. If you look, the 2 iron tiles right by Cat's base are not hers.
Uh, I'm
They are
pretty
that Scar.
sure that Cat is not happy about that. She's left with low iron tiles, which makes it difficult, especially when steel is catching up in price. Because look, all the steel players skipping stick is steel.
And power is falling because people did a lot of power.
With two boosted windmill, of course it's gonna die. I think we have this is peasant going for a boosted steel mill. Uh, if I'm a steel player, I wouldn't even attack it because I need to steal. We have a crane. Cat is going for 24k. I'm surprised it doesn't go for more. Someone bought into some cam. I wonder who that is.
Yeah. Scientists are going to be kind of happy right now with this steel because their claims are going to be really efficient.
Orange.
And oh, it looks like Trad is piling on the cat ninja thing and stealing the other iron tiles near her.
So cat is oh, you don't need iron. It's just something for
She's
silly
apparently
people.
put some of her iron down in or her steel generation down in a pit.
Yeah.
Um.
Well, those two also double for common tiles, so it's something.
Yeah.
Also making of the electronics.
Yeah.
Uh,
And someone put, of course, a pirate right in the steel.
that's the right choice. I'm surprised that there are so many aluminum cranes out there. I mean, aluminum prices are not that great, and there are plenty of aluminum. So
Let's see. The fuel market is creeping up with all of the shipping that's happening.
yep.
Clippy
So
is going.
Creepy is going for triple reactors. That's very nice.
Mhm.
Farm market is food market is relatively stable because a lot of people go into early farm. I like peasant location quite a bit actually.
Yeah. So Peasant is in a patent lab, and that Scar is in a patent lab. And those are the only two advanced buildings. So what are they going for?
One thing to
Nanotech from Peasant.
notice about patent lab is that patent takes longer time in a actually is it? Just oh yeah, pattern takes longer time in FFA, so teleportation takes 114 seconds instead of the normal 80 seconds.
Okay. I'm sorry. I misspoke earlier. Peasant was not going for Nanotech. That was that Scar going for Nanotech. But Trat is going to put down a Pleasure Dome. Superconductor. I could see that. Especially if we build out to that geotherm. That could be really nice.
We have a pressure dome somewhere. Oh man, it's so laggy.
I think more Pleasure Domes are coming down now.
Yeah, there's one with a 40% pressure dome. Things are looking great.
He has it right by his base, right there, because he had a goon squad already sitting on it. So he just quickly went into that.
And then he can use booster pressure dome. Still 7k,
yeah.
pretty cheap. I like how
right before anyone gets it online. That's very nice.
Yeah, I like how Sapphire is sitting in a corner, you know, getting all the nice farm and food reactor and steel, all the good market he's in. Extra cream for 32,000.
You can't just buy those on the market, so they are very valuable.
Trap put hologram on his pressure dome. A bit too late, I would say.
Yeah, especially when you're like by 2 or 3 people's other bases, you kind of have to prep that, you know, to go there, and you have to manually control what your hologram is going to show. Because your hologram uses an AI kind of thing to be what it, you know, what it's going to show, but you can make it show different things.
We haven't looked at the purple player hacks. He went for some single tiles. I think he also needs some more silicon. If you're a nomad, you want to have like a triangle of silicon. If they're all lows or a high or low.
Yeah.
Especially when the silicon price is pretty high, you want to take advantage of that.
But he's doing a little bit of the you know, black magic tile thing, although, you know, he kind of needs to because electronics is so high, he needs to make them if he wants to upgrade.
Yeah.
But I'm really not sure that single reactor was well spent for him.
One thing he could do is like get out of his aluminum because he got nice stockpile. You know, aluminum is very cheap, so you just use that 2 aluminum tile for someone else.
I mean, you could even put some turbines, wind turbines there with the power price keeping creeping back up.
Yeah.
Be a nice switch for you
I think people
if
are
you're
going.
worried about your.
Yeah. I think people are going back into power. Because power price is coming back up, and people are going to pressure dome. Creepy is in a good position too. If you look at it, he got pretty set up. One thing that I don't like about his base is that it's all connected together. A power surge will rip through it pretty painfully.
This is where a strategically placed goon squad that can just break apart any power surge location. Ooh, that is a bold
That's very
play.
bossy. I'll pretend. I'll assume that they're good players. They just believe that there's a goon that break up the whole chain, and they won't even bother attacking me. That's what he's saying, and I think he's getting away with it.
I mean, even if I thought that, I'd still hit half of that. If I could take down 2/3 of his reactors, that'd
Yeah.
still be good enough. Ooh.
And other really greedy boosts, but this one got
Mm-hmm.
punished. But that's
Uh,
God.
uh,
So that guy got to
yeah.
school 5 first.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what his plan is. A sub, an
Well, he's
offer.
also getting thinking machines, which is a very good thing if you're all kind of stuck right there.
Actually, Offworld is pretty
Keep
good.
your base.
40k for oxygen launches. The steel price is relatively okay, and the glass and electronics are not crazy yet.
Well, it can also even be good if you, because just how his base is kind of blobbed, the robot blob around the base,
Hmm.
he's going to be protecting a lot of tiles with those thinking machines. So, you know, it it's still good there. It's better when you get to off worlds, but we'll see.
Cat is going for 5 windmills.
And Silver says, I don't care about debt. I'm just going to get another claim because I need something to take care of my problems.
Yeah, he is going for a game slayer strategy, I guess.
He's going for teleportation now. We'll see if he gets it. Considering how much he's shipping in, that may be a very good
Hmm.
pull for him.
But
But I think everyone has recognized that he is the bargain basement price.
and on top of it, it's a scientist. So with teleportation, scientist, that's a very good investment.
Well, he doesn't have teleportation yet, but the question is will he have it by the time he is dead?
Seems like Orange is the richest person around with 60k and skill 5. Uh, it, pretty nice space setup. We'll see how his stocking goes alright.
Yeah. Now, if I were looking at things, where to put my money, I probably want to put my money into Clippy or into Trat, depending on who's going to get the booster. Is that Scar going to try to grab this, do the shift buy,
And then there will be
and
a very
suddenly,
big stock jump that you can take advantage of.
yeah, because you basically want to buy stock, and whoever's going to buy out silver.
So
So I think
Chat got
Trat's
the
going to
buy on
get it.
silver.
Hmm. And now his price has gone up. So now he's more expensive to buy, and that's why you'd want to buy Trat right before he does that, because you would essentially get tons of value back. Even if you ended up selling his stock later, you would still make tons of money that way on that short play.
That is very true. Creepy is onto an Offworld, and in app play FFA, having a sub really helps you. Uh, it helps you with
Yeah.
stock price, discourage other people into buying to you. It's also a long-term investment.
Yep.
So Creepy has 115k in his pocket right now. I wonder what his
Well,
plan
is
is.
his off-world building or is it built?
It looks like it's built. Oh, it's building.
Okay,
It's
then
building right now. Okay, so
Okay,
that's
so
where
that
his money is.
150 always includes the materials. So
Hmm.
as soon as it finishes building, it's going to lower his cash amount. Because an off-world, considering the price of steel, the price of glass, the price of electronics, an off-world has just got tons tied up with it, and that Scars off-world is going to be pretty sweet.
With a 10% boost. Maybe more.
I think protected by thinking machines
Hologram and a goon
and thinking machines.
and
He's
Fame
going for
Machine.
full on, you know. Protection there.
Yeah. 32,000 for a claim, and then the game just decides, yeah, why don't I just give you a claim?
Hey, that's the game for you. Making all your choices through randomness suddenly go different. Oh, Hex needs to buy back up his 5 stock there. He's in a little bit of danger.
Oh, he doesn't have enough money.
Ooh, he's going
Oh
to become a
no.
community property then. That's why
20k?
it's okay to stick around.
Oh, too late. So you really have to be careful when you are upgrading. If you after you upgrade, you don't have enough money to defend yourself. People with lots of money will look for, hey, that's a cheap buy. So, Cipher, I have no clue how to say that. Got most of it, and then Crippy got 3 of it. Considering how Crippy has lots of money, I don't think buying your own stock is a good idea in FFA. I think you should be more aggressive.
Well, you definitely want to get up to that 5. That's why you'll see some players just stick around at 4 pips of stock because they know they can easily get 1 more pip and get themselves so they can't get majority bought out. But sticking down at 3, that was very risky, especially upgrading at that point. The one difference, at least Trat's buyout is going to make a little bit better, is because he got 2 extra claims for actually doing a full-on proper buy rather than a majority buyout, but we'll see. Now, it might make sense for Trat to defend himself, and the main reason being is he's already kind of ahead in terms of he's got, stock-wise, the winning game, and therefore, or not necessarily the winning game, but an ahead game. So it might make sense to be a bit more defensive in case he's targeted.
Seems
Encourage
like
people to go after each other and clean up afterwards.
Seems like everyone is going for buy up their own stock. Crippy is on to his second Offworld, which is using his expensive advantage.
Yeah, I mean, if he's got a little bit of the community property, he's got a little bit into the silver property, so he's got stock pips in multiple places and 2 off-worlds, which does make him very dangerous.
What would you do to make, if you're Crippy, what would you do to, make sure that you would win the game?
I think it's coming now to, let's see, Clippy, he's going into some hacks. I don't know what he's hacking.
He is surplusing power right now.
Considering he's not really producing it, and taking that away from possibly others in this power colony, that could be a decent move. I don't know if he's optimized at all.
I don't think he built an optimization center.
So that's kind of a little bit of a danger. If you're not optimized, eventually that'll catch up with you.
That will, especially when people are launching oxygen being difficult to produce. It's a very good target. I would actually change one of his steel mills, like this one under the Goon, into a optimization center, and maybe you can put boost on it to get some really quick optimization going on.
Yeah, you wouldn't lose that much. I mean, steel is valuable, but iron is also valuable at this point. And at some point they're going to hit an equilibrium. Um, so maybe when you hit that equilibrium, you at least go into one optimization center, but a lot of other players are in two.
Peasant is going into Trat. Will you join him? Will you try to get away? What will you do if you are the other players?
The thing about it is you don't know how this is going to split yet. You want to have invested your money into the winning company, not into the one that gets eventually bought out. And that might mean going into peasant, but Trat already has an advantage. You don't want to give it to him further to him.
I personally would buy Trat. I don't know if that's the right choice, to be honest, but I'll buy Trat so that if when he buy out peasant, he wouldn't. You know, I still have some stock in Trat. I might actually buy both of them, if especially if money to left over. Then, you know, Trat won't have the full stock, and then I will have some of Trat stock. You know, that kind of hedge my bet a bit. It also means that I don't get to final buy, which is kind of a losing play in a way.
Yeah, I mean but you're also making it easier for them to actually get them bought out. You may actually want them to fight each other a bit more, and let them, you know, get things bought, and then take out, you know, the one who you're going to take out by getting half of them.
I don't think anyone figured out Creepy Offworld yet. He just boosted his Offworld. He sacrificed having 2 single tiles to hide his Offworld. A kind of unique strategy, but I think it's working well. Nobody expected that to be a Offworld yet.
I mean, you do what you can. And yes, Clippy has finally got into a little bit of optimization. So, if you're Clippy, you're looking to put your money somewhere.
He can even buy out peasant if he wants, but I think I will buy Trat using his money.
Does he know that Scar has 2 Offworlds?
That Scar has 2 Offworld.
Yep,
yes.
And he's at least found that out, or at least found out enough to be like, that Scar has tons of money. How does he have so much money?
So he's trying to look for an Offworld using the network virus, and he's been very brave too. He's like that Scar is building 2 Offworlds side by side. I think he's aiming for a boost.
Well, that Scar also has thinking machines, so he can afford to be a little bit more aggressive in his off-world placement. And the black market is starting to get up there in price.
Yeah, I think Zephyr has pretty good starting point, but at this point, looking at the onward prices, you really should think about Offworld or trying to buy someone out if he has the money. Otherwise, he's not going to make it to the end.
Well, he's going into Trat, it looks like, with possibly Cat. So if Silver and Cat, you know, get there, but it looks like Clippy is going to get that Scar, and there we go. That is, and Trat has won against Peasant.
So it's pretty even, I guess. You know, right now Trat has 2 Offworld, split between his subs, and then Clippy has two Offworld himself and 2 Offworld in that Scar. So
well, almost 2.5, because he's got half of the Nomad sub, which has an Offworld. So I think Trat has a slight sub advantage, and Clippy has a decently solid off-world advantage. So it's the question of Trat's higher stock price versus Clippy's, I think, better economic income stream at the moment.
I think Trat should definitely go into off-world right now. Go for some steal and go for off-world. That will help him catch up with the game, I think.
That may be a bit too expensive. He may actually be better off buying out someone just to like raise the stock price, but he is becoming a very solid target. I think he wants to go for Clippy because I think he recognizes him as the biggest threat.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if he has the cash to do it.
So that's why Trap is selling his own stock before the
Mhm.
other team up and eat up his cash.
Mm-hmm. So he's, I think, is he going for a buy on Clippy or is he going for a buy on Cat?
I think buying Cat would be a good choice, but I don't think he knows that Cat has 2 Offworld. So
Well, the the question is, or yeah, it's, are I think he may be going for Clippy. And here's the, our Cat's getting out of there to make herself a less tempting target, which is kind of nice.
yeah,
But I
but
think he may just be going for Clippy because he recognizes him as the
ultimate threat, right?
ultimate threat. And if he gets Clippy, there's no way the others can afford him. Yeah, he's going on Clippy.
Mm-hmm.
He's recognized Clippy as the threat.
And Cat is
So,
buying to try to to counterbalance that fact,
uh-huh.
which is definitely the right choice because if Trap finished the buy on Clippy, then Cat, there's no way they can catch up
Yeah.
all the stocks.
So, and it looks like Trap may have it here. He's just got enough of a stock lead that he's that much more expensive to buy. Clippy's paid off all his debt, but his stock price won't rise quickly enough. And that also means he gave up a bunch of cash.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it looks like Trap, yep, grabs that. His stock price jumps through the roof. I mean,
I don't think anyone is getting enough money. A million, well, I don't think neither of them have enough money. Even if they put the money together, can buy out Trap now. So it's just a matter of time before Trap finishes off the game.
yeah. I mean, I don't even know what you do. Buying up the spare stocks and the subs is not a bad idea. It raises your stock prices, gives you an income now that basically everyone is running Offworlds except for Trat, who's running them through his um, subs. But yeah, I think Trat was right to not put up Offworlds at that point. They were just too expensive, take too long to pay off,
Mm-hmm.
and he knew he needed quick cash to knock down the leader before before he had a chance to recover.
Yep. So not going to Offworld is the right choice. Interestingly, the only person who didn't go to Offworld won the game.
There's often an advantage in being in areas other people aren't.
Mm-hmm.
So while other people were going into Offworlds, he was going into other people.
Yeah. So why bother building Offworld? You can just buy out someone else within Offworld. So I think Rahi also said before that having an early sub will really help you in the big games like this one. So they're having a little conversation of like why Cat get out for Trap stock. Basically it boils down to that Trap has the money to just buy anyone who has the most stock. So
Yeah.
so in order to survive longer, you just sell out. Also, if you still have stock into a Trap, to kind of give him the game. So if you sell out, then allow people to like buy into Trap.
Yeah. It's
GG everyone.
Now it doesn't matter. But I think Trat is going to, when he does his buy, own it all. He'll own every single share of stock in the game. Will he break 200? No. But he will break the stock price of 170.